I'm so happy you're here. I'm Annie. I'm a wedding and portrait photographer based outside of Seattle, Washington. And today I'm sharing with you some of my top planning tips. If you are in the middle of planning your wedding, if you're just beginning to plan your wedding, this is for you. If you are engaged, I just first want to say a huge congratulations to you. It's such an exciting and special time. I hope you are feeling so loved and so supported by those around you, celebrating you in this amazing season. Wedding planning is a whole nother beast, so I really hope that these tips are helpful. Being a wedding photographer and getting married myself last summer, I've learned so much through the planning process and just seeing weddings unfold all the time. So without further ado, let's get into my tips. Tip number 1, soak it all in. Seems simple enough, right? Wedding planning can easily become super overwhelming and time-consuming and just stressful for you and your partner, but it's so important to make the time to go on your date nights, to celebrate each little step in the planning process, and to just really enjoy this season, because ideally you're only going to have one engagement season, and I want you to enjoy it to the fullest. Tip number 2, pace yourself. Some people decide to get married within a few months after getting engaged. Others decide to wait years, and there's no right or wrong. I want to remind you, this is your day, your wedding, and it's up to you how you want it all to unfold and come to life, right? So take your time in your planning and consult with a planner or your other vendors or your family and friends to help you kind of work it all out at a smooth, easy pace so you don't get super overwhelmed and stressed and just cause that icky feeling, you know? Tip number 3, set your budget. So this can be kind of tricky sometimes, but my biggest tip is to stick within your means. It gets so easy to be caught up in the TikToks, the Instagrams, the Pinterest boards of all the grand, extra, fluffy things that you can do for your wedding. And I just want to remind you, you don't have to do all those things. If you love them, great, do them. If you don't, skip them. It's your wedding, it's your day. Bring your vision to life, however that looks for you. So when setting your budget, also maybe pick your top few things that are really important to you in your wedding vision. So if that is food, if that is your venue, your dance party, your DJ, if that is the flowers, the florals, the decoration, pick your top few things, and that can help you kind of narrow down where your money will be spent. Tip number 4, next up we have creating your guest list. So this is sitting down, writing out all the names of all the people that you want to be there with you on your big day. This is huge and so important to consider because your guest count determines what size venue you need. A lot of venues have restrictions on the number of people that they can hold in their venue, so that's super important before you go venue shopping. Also, you're gonna need a rough estimate of your guest count for catering as well. So it's important to have your guest count before you start booking your venue and other vendors. Alrighty, tip number 5, now it's time to start building your vendor team. Just a reminder, it's better to book as early as possible because vendors do book up. That is your photographer, videographer, venue, catering, DJ, florist, planners / coordinators. There's so many vendors that you can include on your day of. So the sooner you reach out to them, the better chance you have of getting to work with your top vendor picks. If you are in the Seattle area planning your wedding now, I have a blog post listing all of my favorite vendors that I have personally worked with and love. So if you need some suggestions, check the link in the description for that blog post. Okay, and lastly, as a little bonus tip for you, now after you have booked your venue, booked all of your vendors, you have your guest list, your budget, you are off to such a wonderful start. Now is a great time to book your engagement photo shoot. So if you are hoping to use engagement photos for your save the dates, your invites, your wedding website, those are all things that you want to start working on probably now if you are at that point in your planning process. So it's a wonderful time to book your engagement session. A lot of people ask, why do we need engagement photos? So there's multiple reasons. First of all, it's a great way to celebrate this engagement season, right? You take senior photos, you obviously will have your wedding photos. A lot of people love to do maternity photos and stuff like that. Your engagement season is such an important, special time as well, so why not document that too? Engagements are a beautiful excuse to plan an epic date night for the two of you. It's so fun to create a story that we can bring to life through photographs that represent you two and this season of life for you. I also love suggesting using your photos for wedding decor, your invites, your save the dates, your wedding website, like I mentioned. So it's a multi-purpose thing. You know, you can have these photos to use for wedding things, and you can also have a fun date night. Engagement photos are also such a great time to connect with your photographer. I love meeting my couples at the engagement session instead of the day of their wedding, because it gets both of us comfortable with each other. We get to connect, chat, get to know each other a little bit better. I can help you warm up in front of the camera, get you comfortable for your wedding day photos. It's always a little awkward in front of the camera at first, and it's my job to make you feel comfortable. So it's a great way to just kind of break the ice, get to know each other, and prep for the big day. Right, so those are my top planning tips for beginning your wedding planning process. If you have any questions or ideas you want to throw my way, feel free to contact me down below, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all the good things, and I will catch you in my next video. Thank you so much for being here.